I can hear you. So, one
Hello?
more time again. Can you hear me now, Mark? Hello, hello.
I'm not gonna. Let's see.
So,
No,
we are figuring out
Lily, I
some
can't hear you.
technical.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
No,
you.
no
Yes.
sound. I don't.
No
I don't hear
sound.
you.
Okay. This we just tested everything, but it doesn't work. So let's see. So we will figure out the technical issues in the back. So I hope it will work any second. But nevertheless, today we want to talk about Malta real estate. So about real estate and lifestyle. And I have a guest because I didn't want to talk about it just by myself. But let's see if we can figure out the technical issues. So I think Mark will join us in a minute. So, talking about Malta as a real estate opportunity country and about lifestyle, we have decided to create a 3 episode series out of it. And starting off today with, as I said, lifestyle and property market, and then going on into how is it to live there for families, for expats, what opportunities are there, how's the healthcare system, how's the schooling system, and so on. And in the final episode, we will have a look into how to invest smart and how to navigate Malta's real estate opportunities. So I really hope that Mark can rejoin me. I don't know what happened because we just had like a technical test, but this is how it goes when we are live. So life is life, so to say. So now we have Mark back
Yes,
again. Can you? Yes, perfect. So
finally, we made it.
Mark, very welcome. So, like this is the beauty and the risk of being live. So
I
everybody,
don't know what
welcome
happened.
Mark Molnar. He is a real estate agent from Malta. And Mark, introduce yourself, please, a little bit. Who are you? Why are you in Malta? What are you doing there?
Oh, thank you so much, Lily. It's been a pleasure to have an interview here with you as well. So yes, I've been living in Malta. My name is Mark Molnar. I'm a franchise owner of Alliance Real Estate Agency. I am Hungarian, but I've been living here for over a decade in Malta, and this is my home. This is where we build the business. And as I moved here as an expat, so just a little bit of background about myself. Since we are helping as a real estate agency, most of the expats who are relocating to Malta, whether it's coming for renting, buying, or investing, and yes, so it's been a journey, I would say, moving out from my own country, starting a new life in a new country, which is much smaller than where I'm coming from, and making it into my new home. So, shortly about Malta and where I started. So, over 14 years ago, I came to Malta. Absolutely no English knowledge, just to find myself and as an adventure. And then I started to build my career. So many of us come to Malta with a very low, I would say, no experience. Some people they coming here more
Mm.
prepared for businesses and set up a business in Malta. In the back then, I started as a new teenager. So moving forward, in past 10 years, I've been working in real estate and helping mainly the expats who are coming to Malta
Mm. But have
to live and
you,
work here.
when you came to Malta, Mark, was it your goal to start working in real estate, or have you said, well, let's explore what's going on in Malta, and decide then?
No, it came at the later stage. When I came here, I was working in hospitality, as most of the people would start, and who has no experience and maybe poor English skills as I had back then. And but later, a year after, I started to realize that how much Malta is really developing when it comes to buildings, quality of life, the foreigners who are coming here, the increasing demand in service. So back then I saw that there were not enough quality projects that on the for real estate. But I have seen a lot of cranes in the sky that they are building, they are changing, they're improving a lot. So that was a time when I said, real estate could be an interesting business to start in. And I have seen for the past 15 years a change which has completely changed the skyline of certain towns. St. Julian's, for example, if you look at it 10 years ago, you don't recognize it anymore. So it's a place that is really alive. And real estate, that's when I came, I understood that there is a lot of potential in the real estate market.
Absolutely. So this is what happened to me 2 years ago. So also the time when the two of us met. So my first time being in Malta, I also just saw, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So many opportunities. And that's why I said, let's try it out, and connected locally with great experts like yourself. And Mark, let's have, I mean, for example, when I talk to Germans, everyone here kind of associates English courses with Malta, and sometimes they even don't know, well, where is it located? Somewhere next to Italy. Let's give the audience a little bit of insight. So where is Malta? How many people are living there? So we know that Malta is one of the smallest countries within Europe, also part of the European Union. And what else can you say? So who is living there? How many people live there? What's going on?
Yeah. So I don't blame them. I didn't know much about Malta before I came here either. I just came here and I was like, what? Why nobody speaks about Malta? It's one of the smallest country indeed in Europe. Actually the smallest country in the world as well. But it's very highly populated. So Malta has a 570,000 population approximately. From there, right now, I think the latest numbers I've seen was around 22% of the population is foreigner. So imagine every third person out of 10 is a foreigner who lives in Malta. What I loved as well is that it's very rich in culture. So you find a lot of people from the UK, from France, from Latin America. So the main nationalities who are here from Europe, Scandinavians. There is over 10,000 German speakers who are living here in Malta as well.
A
The
big
best thing is
community.
it's a very big community. And the island, I would say, is 1% of the size of Germany. I checked just because before our interview, I said, if you can compare just a size-wise, how can you really understand compared to Germany? It's 1% of Germany, 0.09 the size of Germany. So imagine, it's like one country, the size of a big town, and you learn, you get to know each other. So that's what creates the real island lifestyle for Malta as well. Because let's remember, we are in the Mediterranean. So here we are surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea. We always have 300 days of sunshine annually. And
Yes, that's
ev-
the biggest argument coming
yeah,
from Germany or UK.
yes, yes. And that makes your day. So I would say that that is something that keeps people in Malta. English speaking, so which is really important that everyone speaks English in Malta. It's official language besides the Maltese. The Maltese is a language of Latin uh, written language, but has a mix of Arabic, English, and Italian mix. The lifestyle is very convenient, so everything is very close to each other. Since we're talking about a small island, if you want to get from one place to another in 20 minutes, most likely from the airport when you land, you're gonna be in the north or south or central part of Malta. So it's very easy to get around.
But the
Uh,
disadvantage is, of course, the traffic, right? So this is like the biggest challenge from my point of view for Malta at the moment, to find a solution for the infrastructure and the many cars on the streets.
Yes, so you got quite almost everyone has a car in Malta, and for
Mm.
such a small country, it's a lot of traffic. But I'm not complaining because you still get through it. It does, and compared to if you live in the UK in London and you have to travel 2 hours, here you don't have that. So if you have a car, you're much more flexible. If you use the public transport, it can be that it's not always on time as you wish to use it, but since everything is close by, you can even, that's why people they like to move closer to the work area because they can just go by walk. You don't even need a car basically, or it's very easy and
Yeah.
convenient to use taxi in Malta, and it's affordable as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we say, or what I love about Malta is also that you are really you can connect really fast with decision makers. If you are a business person, you can get along quite well. And also Malta is like a strategic business hub, right? So we have a great regulatory
Yes.
environment, strong focus also on digital industries nowadays. Where do you see also opportunities, or from your point of view, what are the top industries nowadays in Malta, or even having an outlook for the future, let's say 3 to 5 years, what would you say will be the next big industries coming to Malta, or for whom is Malta an attractive place in case in scenario for business?
Yeah, so for definitely the largest industries which are in Malta for several reasons. First of all, because of the climate, people they move here, but the number one reason is tax. So if they have the
Mm.
right tax structure, then they're gonna be able to pay only 5% tax from the company. So the main industries which are in Malta are fintech, financial services. The biggest one is iGaming, online casino. They registered here in Malta and they're running with the licenses from here. That's why also a lot of Scandinavians from Norway, Finland, Denmark moving to Malta continuously and relocating because the base are always operation are from Malta. And many international financial companies are relocating here to make it as their own base. For the future, what the future brings, Malta is really uh, just to give you an example, last Friday we went to the Med Tech conference where the health industry coming to Malta and looking at Malta as a new place of networking. The gaming industry, the iGaming industry were born the largest conference
Mm.
called Sigma, born in Malta. So right now they have 30,000 people in one conference. So it's such a dynamic place for networking and engage and building communities here, especially for experts. And that's why I would say companies, when they come here and they send here their employees, they know that in Malta they're going to be building a type of good network or business from any across the world from any industry because you're going to be find most of them here. A lot of German companies coming here as well. Uh, Throughout my career, I have helped a lot of Germans as well to relocate to Malta. Some of them was sometimes new in their career; they just wanted to have a new life in a different country. But most of them were established business owners, and they wanted to come and settle down here. They found a family. They started school because Malta, what I wanted to mention before as well is, which is very, very valuable for many people that coming here, is that Malta is one of the safest country in the world. So you
That's
can really
true.
go, you can walk outside. Happen to many of us. Sometimes you forget your wallet. So forget your. My wife forgot her phone in the taxi. So at the end, we found it. They called us. Listen, we found this phone. There was a contact number. I contacted the taxi company, and they bring it back to you. It happens. You can happen to you on a bus, or it can happen. Of course, there are
Mm.
places that you're gonna disappear, but this is such a peace of mind, just to live in an environment where you know that sometimes the people they leave the car open, they don't even
Mm.
lock it, and if they still feel safe.
That's amazing. So we have also some comments from our audience or some questions. So someone wants to know, what was your biggest aha about Malta? So for you
Mhm.
personally.
My person, the biggest is the locals, how much they were accepting. other foreigners to come into their country. That was something I felt in the beginning, like, okay, I am always going to be a foreigner on this island, but they never made me feel an outsider, even though I'm a foreigner.
Mm.
It's not my birthplace, but they made me feel as being my home. That's I think that would be, and that's everyone speaks English. That was, oh
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing, really amazing. So you could really build opportunities because you understand the word, understand Malta, and Malta understand the word.
That's beautiful. And one more question we have.
Mhm.
This also brings us kind of to the real estate part. If people consider to live in Malta, would you recommend to rent or buy? And what are the ups and downs?
Okay. So if you decide to come to Malta and this is your absolute first time that you haven't been, first I would always recommend to rent. Get an idea of what locations you really prefer. Malta is very small. Let's remember, Malta's capital city is Valletta. Valletta is the smallest capital city. It doesn't mean that is the metropolis of the island. The metropolis of the island would be more St. Julian's, Sliema, Zero area, where I'm also located as well, where most of the expats are living and companies are registered. So at the very beginning, when you move to Malta, you want to have an idea of where you feel really comfortable. Either you can, because here is really easy to rent. So if when you move to Malta, you literally just have to bring your luggage because 95% of the apartments are fully furnished. Not only furnished, but they have washing machine. They give you
Mm.
cutleries, glasses, everything. It's ready to move in. So it's like a hotel. You bring in your luggage and you moved in, and you sign a contract for 1 year, which you always need to have minimum to get your residency in Malta. And then after, you can start look for opportunities what the island can really offer. So at first stage, I would always say rent for a year. Get an
Mhm.
idea of what you really like, which area you don't like, and then we start look for the opportunity to buy. Eventually, on a long term, of course, everything that you when you spend, if you spend, the Malta rent is increasing. So here, the last 10 years, the rent has doubled. So eventually, it's better to pay into your own apartments than pay to someone else
To rent.
loan, right?
Mm. Mm.
So
Yeah.
eventually,
Yeah. I
yes.
mean, yeah, but I think also like to figuring out, okay, which area do I like, or how do I like the country, and so you are more flexible when renting. But if you go into investors who are there, from which countries do most real estate investors come nowadays? So I know from our previous talk, you have a lot of Asians at the moment as well. Are they the main driver, or which countries would you do you meet in during your work?
Yeah, so when it comes to properties, Malta offers different options. First of all, if you're European Union, coming from European Union, you have a very easy, simple way to buy your first property in Malta, even if you want to buy to let. But if you are from a third country, you are not allowed to buy properties uh, for to let. Only if you buy in a special designated area. So the special designated areas, Malta created a luxury complexes. Luxury complexes such as, for example, Porto Masso, Tigna Point, uh, buildings which has a 24/7 car security, surveillance, a car park, a spa, gym, the most luxury, basically, community, and sea view. So if somebody wants to buy properties in designated areas, which are Malta's number one property developments, there you can buy properties as many as you want, and you can rent it out officially as well and pay 15% flat tax on the rental amount. So this would be one way. But yes, there is a lot of Asians that I would say from China buying properties in Malta, because Malta was also offering the residency scheme, which is
Hmm.
there is all the global taxation as well, that you have a flat tax rate if you are a high earner and you want to come and relocate to Malta. And it used to be also that now it's stopped, but or changed the passport program, that Malta want to attract more high-end profile people to relocate to Malta and get the Maltese passport. They could also inquire that acquire the passport as well. So yes, we do have from all over the world. It's whether it's from South Africa, from the United States, from Asia, and of course mainly from Europe because every European has the easy
Mm.
access to buy property in Malta.
Access, yeah. Yeah. So from Germany, it's like 2.5 hours. And also talking about the US citizens, so Delta starts to operate in June 3 times a week, a direct flight from New York to Malta. Do you expect that this coming summer will be all under the US flag, so to say?
It seems like that we're gonna receive much more people. We already got getting interest from the US, people that they wanted to come and relocate to Malta. So let's see. We'll see how the future is. But yes, I heard about this direct flight. Fantastic for us for Malta. That's the good thing.
Yeah,
From Malta,
I'm
everything is 2 or 3 hours.
That's true. We have also one more question from our audience. Why Malta and not Cyprus or other tax-friendly places?
They're both good places, but they're both different. If you see Malta's history and when you arrive to Malta, first of all, for me, I've been to both places. Malta is also English speaker as well. Taxation is different when it comes. I'm not a tax advisor to tell you exactly what type of company will pay what type of tax here or there. They're both offering really good options. Here is going to be a bit more international. I think it's more the community sense of community is stronger in Malta. For businesses as well, they grow differently in Malta because everything is a bit more central and if you live in Malta, you understand that there is a huge network of community of expats in Malta, entrepreneurs that come in together very often. And what else I can say is the language. I think in Cyprus, I mean, in Cyprus they also speak English, right?
They
They
do, but
can't.
it's not the main. It's not the main language. I think language is a great argument. Also, saying that the law, the regulation is more understandable because it's based on the British law than the one in Cyprus or even in Portugal, I think as well.
Yes, I think it's a bit on preferences.
Yeah, 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 that's true.
Malta is more
Um,
limited when it comes to properties.
yeah, it's more limited opportunities, and then that brings me also to the question: what kind of properties are from interest for foreigners, so like investors versus locals? So is there a difference who is buying what, or do the locals demand more? I don't know, one-room apartments, and foreigners are looking more into like. Villas or something. So do you
Yeah.
see there a tendency, or would you say it's like more or less equal?
Depends. So I would say the difference. So if you look at the local market, the local market would like to go more for the traditional houses that they really like and they are very used to. So they would spread around the whole country from the south to the north to the west. They know the worth of the property, the worth of the land. So they would rather go everywhere on the island. Foreigners, I think they would be more cautious about picking the places which are more focused on tourism.
Mm-hmm.
So these areas would be, for example, St. Julian's and Sliema, where you have the most offices, registered seafront, restaurant, nightlife, day life, promenades on the seafront, shopping malls. Is St. Julian's and Sliema, where you have the main. Then you have Gzira and Sida, where you have the hospital, you have the university, you have the new harbors, there are a lot of developments, schools, so that would be more for the tourism. Then you have central. So for example, Germans, they liked, for example, the central areas, which is going to be more family environment. If you're coming with your family, you might want to move to Nashar, to Attard, or Mostar. So from foreigners' perspective, I would say we always look at the main areas first, unless you've been living here and you can settle down in a different towns. But when it comes to property types, There's also some properties that you're gonna meet in Malta that maybe you don't have in Germany. The most popular for investment is always the apartment. So imagine Malta is one of the most limited real estate markets. So here, there's not much land that you can build. The only way that you can go is if you don't have space on the side, you can just go only
Can go
up.
up.
Yes,
Exactly.
so Malta is becoming more vertical rather than horizontal. So which takes a lot of old houses away to bring new projects in. And for this reason, the Maltese, they even more appreciating the houses and the foreigners as well to bring back the old houses into a nice upmarket state,
Mm.
which
So
is
to
going to be
keep the
very.
charms of,
Yes. And there are certain
yeah.
areas that they must keep the architecture, they must keep the history of the island, but there are also certain areas where they're pushing more the commercial buildings, the hotels, such as St. Julian's, for example.
Mm. What is your favorite area in Malta?
My favorite area is where the life is, and where the life is, and where you can really hang out and make your life comfortable. I would say it's mainly Sliema, Sui, St.
Mm.
Julian's. So it's all the way from Amsida to Baharija is the place where you basically you don't need a car and you find
Yeah,
absolutely
you
everything.
can just walk, so to say. Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Cool. So, Mark, we are starting out today, so to say, with the first episode. We have two more prepared. So the next one is on the 15th of December, and we will talk about that Malta is more than sunshine, about how it is to live in Malta. So also looking into the healthcare system, schooling. I mean, you have kids by yourself, so that you will share experience. How is it also like compared to other countries? What are the advantages? And also to our listeners, you can send in your questions if you want to know more about, I don't know, healthcare, schooling. How is it to move? What is needed? What's the best weather or the best time to visit for the first time, or whatever question pops up. So please feel free to write a comment underneath this video, or send us a direct message as well, and we will take those questions for the next talk and cover them. But do you have already a teaser? What will be the most exciting topic next time?
Right. For me, the most exciting is always to go into the facts, how Malta has been, how Malta is, and how what Malta potentially can look like from the real estate perspective. So I would definitely go a little bit more into details. Maybe I will prepare some slides as well to understand more the demographic of the development of the country and the real estate market. And I would love to hear also your audience to share whatever questions they have so we can prepare everything for the next time, because I'm sure that there is a lot that we couldn't even cover today. It was more start opening up the doors and answer the question of your audience. So I hope that we're gonna see a lot of questions I can include, but we're gonna go more into details and dive a bit deeper.
Definitely. And we have one last minute question from Andreas. How about internet in the countryside? So how's the internet connection in the countryside in Malta, Mark?
Must say, they have fiber optic. Okay, so there is three main providers in Malta. The internet is good. I don't have any issues. I know it's very important for many companies, for gaming, for other companies. You cannot have a power cut. Some companies they do two internet providers just to make sure that if one goes, then the other one is gonna be there. It's cheaper, much cheaper than any other countries. The largest package I think you can do for an internet connection gonna be like 50 euros, and then you have like
Yeah.
the strongest power connection. So it's gonna be fine. There are power cuts. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. There will be sometimes in the summertime. It's an island. It's generating its own energy as well. It's everybody's using it. Sometimes it happens. Good to move to buildings which have a backup generator in that case, but it's not something that you have to be really worried about. The internet is should be fine.
And also
for
the
any
connection.
business.
So even being somewhere outside in the countryside, I never had an issue to order a Bolt or to make a call. So it was never an issue. So hadn't faced that. So I hope this is a good argument for you, Andreas, to come and visit Malta as well. Amazing,
And
Mark.
and I guess November. I don't know how the weather is in Germany right now, but I
What
can
do you
I
think?
can
How is the weather here?
I can I can show you
Oh, wow,
here.
beautiful.
Th- This is
Yeah,
Malta. So the best part is the weather, of course, in November already, and we are still
absolutely.
with no jacket.
No jacket. So you see, I have my warmest winter coat already because it kind of it's freezing. So today we have sunshine. Yesterday was really raining and snowing a little bit. So yeah, definitely an amazing argument. The weather, the people, the food, and of course our insights on the 15th of December. So mark it in your calendar. Again, the same time, 12:30 p.m. Yeah, looking forward to talk to you. So, Mark, I thank you very
Thank you, Lily.
much for your time. Looking forward to our second episode. And for now, I say talk soon.
Take care. Thank you.
So, everyone, as said, if you have any further questions which we have not answered yet, or you want us to cover them in the next episode on the 15th of December, then feel free to write them down in the comments or send a DM. So, more than happy to answer them. On that note, I wish you all a beautiful day, evening, depends on the time when you're watching this video. And I say, see you soon.